Hey everyone, this is Tracy Lewis with Stuff and Things with Winter is Coming Wednesday, episode 21. I started this episode last night. We've been at our home now for a week today. Now it's Wednesday, and my video, I had to use my old equipment and it was too shaky. I had attached it to my desk and I did a bunch of work on this particular card and finally just decided this is just not going to work. So I went ahead and got clever, and I have now attached my long, snaky camera holder to one of the bar stools that came with this particular house that has a breakfast bar. So I think this is going to go much better. Unfortunately, though, it means this card is finished, so I'm just going to talk through this card. These are two special projects that I would never normally do Halloween because I don't buy Halloween stamps or anything. But at the North Carolina meeting I attended last week, these were done. So I have two cards to share with you, completely spontaneous, that I said I'm going to go ahead and show them because they are so cute. So this one has the Bewitching stamp set. There are two Halloween stamp sets, I believe. This is the holiday catalog, so there's the Scary Cute and Bewitching. One thing now that we are landed in our home, I was able to get all of my mail from my in-laws, including my fall catalog. I have done most of my shopping and creating of shoebox swaps, getting ideas from the electronic versions of the catalogs, and this is what we are going to play with today, as both cards are Bewitching projects. So it is lovely to be in this space. I will go ahead and add at the end a couple of pictures of our new space. It came empty, totally empty, except these two bar stools, and I was able to move in my desk, my floater desk, in from the trailer, my new cabinet, and these little brown shelves. Since then, I was able to go to IKEA and get some nice big cabinets that wrap around a window behind me. And I stare now at, I live in a screen room that has been fully finished, so a Florida room finished, and it has big, huge windows, and it stares at a trail and a fence, and on the other side of the fence is the St. Johns River Conservation Area. And because of Hurricane Ian that came through here a couple weeks back, the St. Johns River is flooded, so all of the cattle, there's 1,000 cattle that graze on that land, and we have trailheads from this particular trail, which is part of what's called the Florida Trail, and we can walk for miles out there, and you see the cows, but I've never seen them up close. When we rented here earlier in the summer, we saw them either at the far end one way or the other, but not along the fence line, and they have moved inland to the higher ground until the waters recede, and so I get to see them every evening traipse along the fence line, and the calves play. They are so cute. Unfortunately, they don't have a lot of human contact, so you can go walk. I can walk steps out my door to the fence, but they're skittish, and we just scare them. So I stay inside and let them have their peace. So that's enough about that. This particular card has the spots and dots, or dots and spots. I will have that on the supplies list. The Bewitching stamp set, a piece of some of the glimmer paper. I used the matte decorative dots and went ahead and colored the black check ribbon in a blue that coordinates, which is actually, I've discovered that the best match is the Orchid Oasis. And I went ahead and tied a knot with some extra pieces and then colored the 1/4 inch seaming ribbon with some Parakeet Party. So that is all on this card. Now the inside is done up very cute. I really like how that we were able to do that. So this was a shoebox swap that I put together. All of the materials were provided, and the only thing I added were the trim and the dots. So that's the first one. The second one, I actually, on the second day, that was what this project was, and my husband actually was picking me up. This was one of the, this might have been my final project. So I have done, I don't even remember what the layout looks like. So I'm going to put it together with you, just doing whatever I feel like doing. So I went ahead and colored the different elements. One of the things I will say about the difference in inks, this particular demonstrator who did this shoebox swap used the tuxedo black, Memento Tuxedo Black. And I went ahead and updated and colored in the boots. I haven't colored in the hat because I was saving this color for you to see. And this hat and these boots were done with StazOn. So if you're looking for a really crisp, rich black, I highly urge you, and if you don't own StazOn, use StazOn for the rich black, because I really want you to see the difference in the color. The StazOn is a very deep, rich black, and the regular tuxedo or Memento Tuxedo Black is a little softer grayish black. So that was a little tip. I have, where I had any mistakes, like I was in a hurry and didn't have a bunch of time to fuss and make the ink perfect with a Stamparatus, and I think in both cases I free stamped them. And the boots, you'll see the boots here are on the paper, and these I decided to cut out so that I can make them dancing and fun. So now that I have shown you, I will go back in with my Stampin' Right marker that you can get this individually. So I have 3 of them total. I got them in a 2-pack, and then I also got them with my 50 set of all of the colors. So I will, after we're done, I will go and darken up this hat so that it matches, and I'll even darken up those stars so that it has a really crisp black appearance. So this one is already stamped, and I will show you that on the back I messed up, so I went ahead and flipped it over. And I think I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to use this as it is, and I'm going to go ahead and put my, on the back, my handmade by on here, upside down, just for fun. I don't want to waste any materials for no reason, and I think that anybody who receives this, I've got 2 people in mind to receive these. And I'll be sending one to Libby and maybe my mom. So this particular piece, this is my own addition to it. I bought the washi tape because I love washi tape, and Stampin' Up! Does not carry a lot of it, and so whenever it comes up for sale, I always buy it. And then I went ahead and did these stripes, and I'm thinking of doing something like this as my design. She provided, the creator provided this glimmer as well as the sentiment, and I will figure out a good way to attach these. So my design will be something like this, and again, I can't remember specifically. That was such a, with trying to buy a house and going and doing this event while fleeing Hurricane Ian, things got a little crazy. So this is what my layout's going to be. I also then have the idea of, I can use the purple or the green or both, and I also pulled out for this one the matte black dots. So I will be adding these, and then I had one quick demo. I had a bunch of demos for you, but of course they're all in a shaky film, so I'm not going to use them. So this little trim knot I did, and I'm going to make a even more elaborate one. See how I do. So my suggestion, and if you have any thoughts on a good way to do this, do let me know. Trim is not my strong suit. I made, this was going to be 2 bows, and I thought I am going to go ahead and take all of these pieces, and I'm going to tie a knot with this purple, and hopefully not mess it up. Like I said, I kind of have hands that struggle. So for them, doing things like tying bows isn't their favorite thing to do. And what I do like is that you can fuss. I'm trying to keep the knot a little bit on the bigger side. And I kind of like that. So this green I can cut off. This was going to be the knot. I was going to do a green one and a purple one, and then I thought, no, I am going to go ahead and make a big fancy one. So there you have it. I will trim down this green. Not the green, yeah, the green. Let's trim this down so it's a little shorter. It's kind of a little too long. And then I might try to spread out the blacks. And it'll look like that. So the next time you see this card, I will take photos of both of them and put them in the showcase at the end. And that's all I've got for this week. Next week we will be back to Christmas, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and then possibly some New Year's. And this just ended up being an extra little bonus episode with Halloween coming up this month. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns about these cards, about my move, go ahead and leave them here on the video or over on my blog. I will put the full supplies list on my blog. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and thanks for watching.